This is Damon Stevens with FinWealth Builders, and today is Thursday, July 1st, 2021. And this is a stock market analysis and update. Heading into the end of this week, just a reminder, the market's going to be closed on Monday for the US. So just keep that in mind as you're looking at either closing out trades or carrying trades over for next week. That you just remember whether you want to take profits or not and know that the market's going to be closed. So you have a weekend, so go enjoy it. Your long weekend here is coming up, and in the meantime, let's get into the market, see what's coming out tomorrow for Friday, see what happened today, and see if we can figure out more ways to make money. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to FinWealth Live so you can continue getting these updates. And go ahead and like this and add this to your daily views. And that way you can get ideas on how to trade and hopefully improve your abilities to trade, or also be able to find trades that maybe you've been struggling with to find. So market's been great to us. Small caps is where a lot of my attention's been placed. So just keep that in mind as well. Although, I do have some long-term holds in some of the other long-term plays. But overall market looked great today. We just love to be bulls here and continue to drive this market higher. So if you look at the market today, Dow Jones was up 0.38%, NASDAQ up 1.13%, and S&P 500 up 0.52%. So green across the board. And if you look at the heat map here, you can see that it was. Pretty much green across the board. There's a few red spots here and a few stocks that were down slightly, but overall, I consider this kind of a flat market still, but it's also trending up. So just keep that in mind. But hopefully you made some money today and found some good trades. If you look at the tickers as far as what came up on the scanner, ATHE, MEDS, MRIN, which is on the list before, BLIN, which was on the list before, AAUD was on the list before, VGI. So a lot of repeats. And like I've said in multiple videos, I'll keep them on the list as long as they continue to look well and profit. If they don't, then we take them off. And but otherwise, I've left them on for a couple of weeks before. They typically settle out and ran their course, and then we move on to new ones. So hopefully you can take advantage of those, and the scanner helps you to find opportunities that maybe you didn't have. So let's take a look at them. So ATHE, I did not take this trade, but it was a good trade. You can see that it opened up before the market, when it opened up, it was at 128, gapped up to almost 190, and then we had a nice run up to 275. So on a small price stock, you can buy a lot of shares with a little bit of money and get a nice ride out of that. So it did go up, peak out at 275, and you can see it retrace back pretty much almost the whole move from the gap up. Obviously gaps get filled, so keep that in mind as well at some point, but you can see that the market overall just kind of flattened out. Don't know if this is going to be a play tomorrow or not. I've seen these small caps. A lot of them are a one-time shot. And if they are, then we just take them off the list and move on. I'll leave it on the scanner. This is a low priority for me, though, on Friday. Meds, same thing. Nice gap up. Run up to almost $10 from $4, so over double. So 100% up, and then it kind of pulled back and retrace back down. You can see it retrace almost back down to this 50% level here. $10 down to $6.57. You could have scalped a little bit of this. I wasn't watching this after the morning, so did not get that one either. But I always kind of keep an eye. I'm looking for the opportunities. So MRIN, I did. This one we've had a few runs at, and so this remains on my list. You can see that we had a chance to grab it yesterday, run up to almost $11, or actually $19, back down again, down to almost 10, a little bit under $10, and then you could have grabbed it again today, almost up for 20. So even bigger run today, which sometimes on the second day you get lower highs, but here we got higher highs. And if you look at the overall, you can see the overall is pretty even. So you can see that we got a nice level of resistance here now built up. Had a resistance here, pulled back, had nice resistance here, pulled back, had a nice little run, had resistance again, pulled back to the 20 here. So you can see a nice pattern here of it trying to break up through this little 1730 level here. So we're going to see if we can keep support on that 20, bounce back up. Obviously, it wants to try to run again, so we're going to just catch these runs and see if it can break through and go towards $20 or higher. So we're going to be watching that in the morning for sure. That's a good one for us. So hopefully you made some money off that today, because it's been a good trade for a few days now. Another one is BLIN. So BLIN gave us a nice run up. These are lines from the other day, but you can see it had a nice run up, basically gapped up 450 and then went up to 850. So $4 move on this, which is great. You see that retrace, almost a full retracement back down. Got support on the 50, jumped up. Here's your nice run again, back up to around 640, so about $2 run, and then pull back again towards the 50 and then back up again. So this one, as long as it continues to give these little curl ups, I'm going to continue to scalp those and take advantage of those. So hopefully you're able to grab some of that because you had another chance at it again. CUEN was, I think, a one-time hit. I was looking for a curl back. It hasn't. It's kind of dead. It could give a run out, but I'm not watching. I got too many to watch, so I'm taking that one off. AAUD, you see we had a nice run, from under $4, clear up to 930, pull back, and down to $5, and then we had a nice run again today. So you had a couple runs at this one now. We're going to see if we get another run, but you can see this had the lower highs this time. You saw the retracement was quite a bit, about at least half. So you can see that that this one didn't have its pullback. We talk about retracements all the time, and you see that it happened here. But give us another run, but it's a lower high. So we'll see if we get another one. My concern is that it might just come down, and if it dips, then we might be done. The run might be done for this week. But we'll keep an eye on it. But yeah, 2 days in a row, gotta love it. CERE. So this one was on our list as well. This one's pretty flat. I was trying to see if I could scalp it or trade today. It just didn't do anything for me. So I'm taking this off the list just because I have so many that I'm tracking now, and it's hard to monitor that many on a screen, even if you have 8 screens. So CYT, you can see here, we talked about this one again, where you got a chance to grab this as it peaked up there. You can see today it had a little bit of a dip, pull up, and then just kind of dropped off. And you see it's down here support where it has been several times before. I think this one is one and done now at this point because we're now pulling back to lower highs. So I'm going to pull this one off so I don't have to watch it. BLIN we covered. So that was great. DDL. So DDL was another, it's kind of funny, Ding Dong Limited. But you can see here, we already had our runs at it. And we pulled back to 30, back up again, pull back down to 31. So, it's only giving you a little bit of a buck. It's not a huge home runner here, but I do like how it's gapping back up. So, it gives, as long as it continues to give you dips and roll up, then that's bullish, and that helps us to take advantage of scalping these stocks. So this one, even though it's on it's declining a little bit, we're going to see if we can get a little bit off this. If I don't, I'll probably take this off Friday. S was another one. You can see that it's rolled down. Nothing on that. I didn't trade that one. I'm taking that off. NTLA, I told you we got 4 days on this one now. So I'm hoping that you're making money off this and that you're enjoying this run. We talked about this one for the last 4 days. That looked like it was very bullish, and it continues to run. It's well above the 5-moving average. Again, it hasn't retraced, and we talked about retracement as well, that this should probably retrace at some point down to maybe as low as 145, but it has not. It could run up. We had this line up here as far as the target up here, close to 186. So we're going to see if we can run up that, or even possibly even higher, up to 202 if we can keep this bull run going. My guess, since it's Friday, got a new month that we started. I could suspect that we could have possibly a retracement tomorrow, but I think we could possibly get one more run at this before it settles down or consolidates. But hopefully you're taking advantage of this. This has been a great one. So this is just an intraday chart. So you can just kind of see how you had a great run from 138 to 202 down to 154 and then back up to 171. This is like what I'm used to. I told you this, a few days ago. This is like my Tesla right now. This is what Tesla usually does for us. But really, it's been flat lately. So not a lot of action on Tesla. I've been on these small caps and mid caps. So I have not looked at Tesla just because it's been consolidating. I kind of really want to see it break the 700 level or start to break down, to pass below 666 and fill this gap. So until it does that, I'm continuing monitoring. It's on one of my screens, so I'm always watching it, but I'm not trading it actively. The moves are just slowed down, and so while it does that, I'm just going to kind of keep an eye on it. AMC's flat, consolidating. I got so many on the list here. I thought AMC would give us another run. It's consolidated quite a bit now. So I'm just going to take it off on the list. I might add it back on there, but it's not doing anything for me. Facebook, we talked about, had a nice bull run, came up to another high here at 356. We talked about this retracement happening, right? We got 50% retracement. We're above the 5, and we talked about it possibly either running up or pulling back and doing a full retracement. You can see here that it did do a run up. So it's running back up towards that 356. We'll see if it tomorrow, if it wants to try to break out of that 356 and do another run, or if it's going to find too much resistance there and pull back. It could be a Friday's kind of a downer day and things kind of pull back a little bit. Then we could see this retrace back down to the 10 EMA. But, so far the market's been very bullish on very low volume lately. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. We are going to a holiday. Options are expiring. So, we'll see. But so far, the market's been, just continuing to grind slowly up. So Apple continues to climb up. We're above the highs here of 137, just barely over. It's starting to slow down here. So, we've had this big, long bull run up here to new highs. So you got to keep an eye on this and make sure that it's not going to pull back on us. It should have some type of retracement. If it does, I can see pulling back to as low as 135 and finding some type of support there. I should even find support 137, but we'll see if it can continue to run or if it's going to do a pullback and retrace a little bit of this long run it's had. Amazon, we talked about how it had this nice full run. Got over 7 days of a run, and then we got a pullback here. It stayed above the 20. And then it ran back up and retraced back up the candle, this breakdown candle. Didn't make it to the top, and then it's just kind of consolidated down here. Amazon might have done this run at least for me. It could still continue to run up, but for me, probably not going to spend that much time on it. The only thing I'll do is I'll keep it on here just to see if we have a pullback. If we do have a pullback, this could affect the market a little bit, so we'll see if it does. That's the only reason I'm going to leave it on here at this point. Bitcoin, it tried to make a run for it. I thought maybe we're going to break that 36,000 level for me to get back in. It didn't. It's pulled back. Now it's been 3 days, so it's retracing back down towards that 30, 32, 31 level and possibly down to 30,000. We'll see if it continues to do that. As long as it's consolidating, I'm just going to keep monitoring this. So Ethereum, same way. Ethereum's getting a nice run, pull back a little bit, rest a little bit. Now it's consolidating. So got to see some movement here, either some news or something to give some momentum here to get things moving again. Same with Doge. So Doge is kind of consolidating in here as well. So the dollar's bounced up again. So you saw that we had this nice run up here and a little bit of a pullback and then a run back up again. And it looks like we broke that support line. So we're going to be heading, now up towards that 93, 50 level here at this point. So we'll see what we do here. But right now it's on a nice bull run up here above all the moving averages for the dollar. VIX continues to remain low. That helps us move the market up higher. You can see the SPY S&P 500 continues to just chase up this tight pattern here. So nice bullish run, continues to move up. We'll see if that can continue or if it's going to break down. If it breaks it down below one of these lines here, then we'll we'll start talking about, a good pullback of 5, maybe 10% of the market. But, we can see right now that it's not even anywhere close to doing that. Triple Q's saying we have this nice little channel up here. Fell out of the channel a little bit, but back in. So that's very bullish. So we'll see if that continues to maintain. Semiconductors had this big old long run, pullback retracement. It hasn't quite reached support at this level, but is above the moving averages. So we'll see if it just kind of retraces here and then pulls back up towards new highs, or it kind of pulls back a little bit more. It can find support down here around that 255 range. IWM, so the Russell 2000, just nice little gap up here and just continues to try to go to new highs. You can see that we had it here, 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 and now we're coming back up and trying to break through that resistance line again and do another run towards the high 234 here. So we'll see if we can do that, but looking good. Financials trying to consolidate here and pull back. We had a little dip here. It's pulled up. It's trying to maintain above the moving averages here. We'll see if it gets a nice bull run, but you see that it's broke out of the channel. But I found support and now it's trying to rally back up. Gold consolidating still. It's trying to ramp up. It's almost at the top of this breakdown candle here. So we'll see if it can start to break up here towards the upper moving averages here and see if we can get back in a bull run. Same with silver. Silver's consolidating, trying to get going. But that's stocks. A lot of small, mid-sized caps to chase. We're looking at those tomorrow as we close out the week. We'll look at the scanner too to see if there's others that hit in the morning. But stay safe out there. Don't trade large sizes. Don't get chopped out of this market, because if it's still flat tomorrow, there's not going to be a lot of movement. I'm going to be watching the pre-market, because the pre-market, I think, is going to be possibly the opportunity to scalp better trades than you can through the market if the market's going to be dead, because the pre-market seems like it's been really hot and providing good opportunities if you get the right stock. So I'm going to be monitoring that early in the morning, so I'll be up early, and we'll see what it brings out. And everybody have a safe trading day. Have a great weekend, and we'll hit it again the following week. And, everybody have a great night. And again, subscribe to my list so I can keep these coming your way.